Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. It's Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports and Spam JWB. Why? Because the Las Vegas Raiders just won, baby, against the San Francisco 49ers, 34-7. If you don't already know, today's show presented by Manscaped. If your balls don't look the way that you want them to look, head on over to manscaped.com. Use promo code Raiders for that way you can get 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. So our post-game reaction here is going to be looking at a lot of the news, the rumors, after the Raiders' 34-7 blowout win over the 49ers. Aidan O'Connell was amazing in today's game. 15 of 18 for 141 yards and a touchdown. Zamir White, 43 yards and a touchdown. Cole Fotheringham, you got to show some love to the tight end. Made some difficult catches, 5 for 71. But, I mean, if there was one thing that I really took away from this football game was the Patrick Graham defense looked legit. I mean, they had 3 sacks on Trey Lance, who started this football game early on. They were moving all over the football field, and the Niners had no answers. The Raiders were winning up front. And realistically, when you think about all of the frustrating parts around this Raiders team, when you see the fact of how they balled out today, because you heard minicamp, you heard OTAs, you heard training camp, you heard joint practice, Raiders defense is dominating. Raiders defense is dominating. Raiders defense is dominating. Hear a lot of this. Well, guess what? We've heard a lot of this before. To actually see it translate onto the field and to win the way that the Raiders did, I salute Josh McDaniels, I salute Dave Ziegler, and I salute Patrick Graham. Big time game today against the Niners. So here's going to be the pinned comment on today's show. Who was the Raiders preseason Week 1 MVP? It's a tough question. I know that. You know it's a tough question. So coming up here after this YouTube ad break, I'm going to give you my answer on who the Raiders preseason Week 1 MVP was. My preseason Week 1 MVP, I'm going to give it to Aidan O'Connell. And yes, I could have given it to the entire Raiders defense. It's probably could have gone to the entire Raiders defense. They played great. But O'Connell stepped up. Like, for people who legitimately watched the game, for you to see your young rookie QB wearing number 4, that adds a lot of extra pressure. 15 of 18 for 141 yards and a touchdown. He looked cool, calm, and collected. He was leading receivers open. He was finding the open man. He dodged a hell of a blitz from the 49ers. Aidan O'Connell today was the MVP for the Raiders, and I couldn't be happier for that young man. Let's go to Polar Bear 818. What up, Polar Bear? Prediction on the Raiders' regular season record just by watching them play today. Unfortunately, man, I can't even give you that because last season the Raiders went 4-0, and then they went 6-11 during the regular season. I'll say I'm hoping that this team battles for a playoff spot. If you can be around 10 wins this upcoming year, thumbs up from me. Let's go to Shane. To Raider Ron, Mitch, can't wait to see your winners and losers. Also, you should get a Property of Raider Ron tattoo, tramp stamp. I won't get a tramp stamp, but Raider Ron today broke the record for the highest Venmo Super Chat ever sent in. And for those of you watching live, you're going to see what that amount was. I will, though, 100% get a Raider Ron tattoo, whether it's the name, whether it's Property of Raider Ron. I don't know what it is. I'm getting it tattooed on my leg, on my thigh. So please keep that in mind. If you all don't already have Manscaped, guess what? We have an amazing sponsor today. And Raider Ron's saying, hey, the reason why he does what he does, it's for the nation. It's because everybody out there, we all got the same goal. The same goal is to score. And if you're trying to score, go to manscaped.com, use code Raiders for 20% off, and that way you're also going to get free shipping. All the best male grooming products out there. I know this. Raider Ron uses Manscaped. Tri-Van, Manscaped. John Borelli, Manscaped. Mount Raider Moore uses Manscaped. And they score all the time. Why? Because they're awesome products here. And I get this, man. It's the summertime. It's hot as balls. Make sure that you got the perfect package working for you right now. And if you use promo code Raiders, you're going to make sure that you have the perfect package. We got ball toner, ball deodorant, the Lawnmower 4.0, Raiders boxers. No matter what you're trying to get your hands on, if you want her to get your hands on it, use Manscaped. Code Raiders, 20% off and free shipping. All right, we're going to keep it rolling here for our Raiders post-game reaction. What up, Daniel? What's your opinion on the defense? Defense looked great. See, one of the things I was really looking for today was Patrick Graham and the Raiders defense in general said that they're going to try to go and do a, simpler defense where let the players go out there and let them react. And if you let them react, more good things are going to happen. And that's what I saw today. Defense thought a lot less, and the only touchdown that the Niners scored was a dropped interception by Duke Shelley where he bobbled it in his hands and it landed, luckily, in the Niners defense. If that doesn't happen, you're looking at yourself at a 30-plus shutout. I like that. What up, Brandon? Who was the top 3 best players from this game? I'm going to give Aidan O'Connell the nod here and say he's got to be one of the top players. I'll say another player who I thought really, really showed out today and had himself a solid, and I mean a solid game was Keelan Cole. He was able to find his open spots, get open, play some special teams. O'Connell found him on some open shots. Cole Fotheringham had himself a really, really solid game. He's got to be out there. John Jenkins had himself a solid game. I mean, this Raiders team in general, man, they went out there, they balled out. A lot of winners, no doubt about it. Let's go to Jay Ken. O'Connell now a lock to be QB2 after that game. O'Connell was always the quarterback, too. And when I say that, I mean Garoppolo's number 1, but on the depth chart, Hoyer's going to be number 2. O'Connell's always going to be number 3. The plan for the Raiders is not to put O'Connell out there into big-time situations in the regular season. They brought in Brian Hoyer to be the teacher to O'Connell. Hey, Brian's telling O'Connell, you need to learn the playbook, you need to learn the system, and that's the way that it needs to be. Jimmy's the number 1 guy. But if Jimmy Garoppolo legitimately got hurt, I think they would put O'Connell out there. That's how it would go. What up, Caleb? You think Jacobs was watching? Of course Jacobs was watching. If Josh Jacobs wasn't watching this preseason game, I don't want him on the Raiders. I love Josh. I love Jacobs. He's one of the best running backs in the league. But if your star running back did not watch his teammates, did not watch this game, then he doesn't want to be a Raider bad enough. I know the Jacobs family. I know that they're watching right now, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If Josh did not watch this game, then I am all out on Jacobs being back for this team. Why? Because he needs to support his teammates when he's not there. Josh, sign the franchise tag. Get it together. You need to learn that right now your best opportunity is to sign the tag. Does it suck? Yes. Guess what? The housing market sucks too. But you're making $10.1 million guaranteed money. Show your ass up. Show that you want to just win, baby. And let's get this thing moving. Now, if you want free videos every single day around the Las Vegas Raiders, I got you covered. You're not going to find somebody that works harder than Chuggs and I. And if you want daily Raiders videos, and I mean every single day, we will get you a video every day. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Let's go to the last Mandalore. Are you more confident in the Raiders this year, knowing we have a decent quarterback and not Trey Lance to back up? I was more confident in the Raiders last year. I really thought the Raiders last year were going to be a totally different breed. And I think that this team looked great, but the Raiders went 4-0 in the preseason last year. I need to see what it looks like in the regular season. I do not believe in Josh McDaniels, and I will not believe in Josh McDaniels until I see it in the regular season. I have said since the moment that they hired that man, it was a bad hire. But if it happens in the regular season, I am more than happy to come on the show, giggity, and there's nothing more that I want to step on this show and say, hey, I was wrong about them hiring Josh McDaniels. That's what I want. Why? Because if the Raiders win, I don't give a shit. It means that we're winning football games, and that's all I care about. Let's go to Mr. Hanglow, hoping Jacob saw the game today and realized this team is full of dogs. This team is full of players that are competing. And the more competition you add to the room, the more competition, it's going to add more to these preseason games. It's going to add more to the training camp. It's going to add more to practice. And that's what McDaniels and Ziegler are trying to do. They're trying to get a group of guys that go out there and they compete every single day, because that's what the Patriot way was. It was going out there and competing every single day. And if you get better every day, you're going to make your teammates better. And that's how you go from here to being here. That's how you go from being in those tough situations to be able to execute in those tough situations. Hellcat Q, how do you feel about Tucker and McCormick? I was impressed by Sincere McCormick today. 2 touchdowns, had some opportunities. I know some people are going to look at the stat sheet with Trey Tucker. I actually think that he was a loser today. He dropped a deep ball, had an opportunity, and he dropped another pass early on that, he had a shot to pick up a first down. It's going to be an unpopular opinion, but Trey Tucker, for me, will be one of the losers that you see in my winners and losers. They use him in the right ways, but when it comes down to it in the preseason, when you have your opportunity, you need to be able to convert it. He had two drop passes today. And the first drop pass might not fall on him. The second drop pass might not fall on him. But if the ball touches your hands, is that a catch? Y for yes or N for no? He had 2 balls today in his hands that he did not come up with. Trey Tucker, to me, is going to be a loser. Let's go to Husker Raider. Can we move on from Jimmy Garoppolo and just make Aidan O'Connell the new starter? O'Connell looked good. What if Garoppolo's better? That's my only point. Husker, you're one of the real ones out there, man. You're the first person to ever hit this Raiders Report gong. But realistically, what if Garoppolo's better? It's something you need to think about. How about this? You guys be the judge. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. Grade the play of Aidan O'Connell against the 49ers. A, B, C, D, or F. A, he was great. B, he was good. C, average. D, bad. F, it's a fail. My answer is going to be coming up after this YouTube ad break. My answer for Aidan O'Connell, it's an A. When you're 15 of 18 for 141 yards and a touchdown, but it's not only that. It's the ability to move in the pocket. It's the ability to step up into the pocket. It's the ability to find open receivers. It's his ability to throw receivers open. That's what I saw from Aidan today. And then even on top of all of that, his cool, calm, and collectiveness in the pocket. You want a great Raiders quarterback? Aidan O'Connell right now, he has really, really impressed me from that first game. Let's go to the next one coming in from Noman. Is Burney a winner? I think he looked good. He looked promising. Amari Burney did look promising. However, he did drop an interception. He had an opportunity tonight to make a big, big play. And when you're a rookie, you're drafting the 6th round, you're going to make the team. But on top of that, I think for this Raiders organization, what Patrick Graham's really preaching is the ability to take advantage of those plays. And you have to take advantage of those plays. So to me, Burney, I'd probably give him a C+ grade. Jonathan, is Cleveland Ferrell actually doing better in training camp or better off trading him? He had a sack today. Ferrell looked, I thought, pretty good. He looked motivated, and I don't blame him. He probably wants to go up against his old team. He wants to go up against the old team that everybody thinks from the Raiders that he's a bust. So you bring that extra motivation, but he's going up against Justin Herron. Justin Herron stunk tonight. He's probably one of the biggest losers from the Raiders. Let's go to Caleb. You think Jacobs was watching Zeus and looking beefy, stoked on him? Again, if Jacobs didn't watch today's game, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I'm out on Josh. If Josh doesn't watch his teammates play, I'm not on him. I want Jacobs to be motivated. I want a motivated Raiders running back, but I want somebody that wants to be a Raider. And if you don't watch today's game, I mean it. Jacobs, go find somewhere else to play because you're going to make a lot less money. Good luck. Graf in the comments saying Sincere's the GOAT. I'm telling you, Graf right now went from being about 3.5 inches to at least 8.5. What up, Raider Ron? LFG Mount Raider More. If you don't already know, Raider Ron tonight sent in the biggest Venmo super chat in chat sports history. And I'm going to tell you what the hell that was at the very, very end of today's show. But you know what, Jeremy? I'm glad you bring up this question. Do you have a Raiders tattoo? Y for yes or N for no? Guess what? I'm getting a Raiders tattoo. You want to do it in the cut? Let's do it. I'm getting a Raiders tattoo from my ankle all the way down to my mid-thigh because I challenged the nation. And I said, if we get to a certain number, I'm getting my entire leg tatted. Not only that, I'm getting the name Raider Ron tattooed on my leg. And the number that you're about to see, you're not going to believe. But Raider Ron broke the record here at Chat Sports. He broke the record here at the Raiders Report. And I'm getting a tattoo. And I'm going to get it live here on the Raiders Report. You're going to see the entire thing. I don't know how long it's going to take. It might take 10 hours. It might take 20 hours. I don't know. But I'll be live for the entire tattoo. It's probably going to take 2 days. That's how I'd guess. Probably going to take 2 days. But guess what? This one's rolling in from Raider Run! Woo! Ah! Too much bang! With a legendary Venmo. I'm getting the name Raider Ron tattooed on my body, and I'm getting an entire Raiders sleeve on my leg, courtesy of all y'all crazy mother effers that watch today, but most importantly, from our GOAT, Raider Ron. And if you don't, I'm not even shitting you when I say this, if you don't put Raider Ron in the comments of this video, I'm blocking you from this YouTube channel. I'm not even shitting you. If you don't put Raider Ron in this comments right now, I am blocking you from this YouTube channel. Ron, I love you from the world and back. You've done so much for this channel. I can't wait to get your name tattooed on my leg. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone. And also, F the Niners.